The jerk chicken place was still there, but it's called My Auntie's Place. Yeah, Kelly's was like where the Cinnamon Bakery is. Where you've got the Old Life building, that was like a pub called the King John.
Yeah.
There was also where Oberland Suya is.
Yeah.
There's a church next door to there. It's called, I don't know the name of the church, very long name, as most of the churches around here.
Yeah.
That was a club called Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Which was a notorious club.
Why was it notorious? Just like...
There was shootings there a lot.
Nice. Yeah.
There was a graffiti writer I know who got shot outside there.
Yeah.
I went down, had a cat, and I walked down the road one night to get him some cat food.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite late, it was about, I don't know, midnight. Went down to the shop, down on the front line to get my cat food. Came back, just as I come up the stairs I heard brrr, and then it was in the paper, the South London Press, a few days later. 7 people got sprayed.
Nice.
Including a 15-year-old girl who was supposed to be at school the next day. They used to call Peckham the land of the yellow board, didn't they? You know, the incident boards?
Yeah.
I used to go around taking photos of them. I had loads of them. Most of them violent robberies, and my bank got robbed down there, and just I used to call it Peckham's Hall of Shame. But yeah, it's changed a lot since then. After Damalola got killed, and they knocked the estate down. They had started regenerating in this area just as I moved in. The library was just opening then. I think I've got photos of them laying the square out there just in front of the library. Yeah, they had started regenerating this area then. I think I got in at the right time, really. I've got photos of the North Peckham coming down, actually. I've got some nice photos of the Haygate as well. I love that. I love a bit of urban decay, and the graffiti in the middle of it brightens everything up.
What inspired you? What got you into graffiti art?
Being a bad boy when I was younger. You know, all the girls like a bad boy, don't they? I was into hip hop culture. I was into breaking first.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the sort of, the 4 disciplines of hip hop. Break dancing is the dance, the poetry is the rap, the art is the graph, and the music is the scratching. And then this book came out, Subway Art, 84. A lot of people in England got it around, summer 85. I still have a copy now. It's like a Bible to us. I suppose it was adopted by hip hop culture as the art form, and then they sort of, ran in parallel. A lot of graffiti writers were into breaking. That's how I got into it. We all used to have street names, dancing names, and then you see people writing their names up, and then the next thing's I'm a destructive person. I like vandalising things, don't get me wrong. I like to get my name up, that was what it was all about. But if you want to be recognised, you put your name up big and you put it up in bright colours. That's what it's about, getting your name up.
When you look back at the art you produced, what would you say, what's the proudest moment, what's the moment that?
The first train I did, man. Yeah.
How's that feeling?
It's mental. I was brought up in Cambridge, and where my mum and dad lived, there was a train yard behind there. It later became a depot for freight trains, which in itself is like a subculture within graffiti writing, especially in America, where people were realising that the companies didn't really care about cleaning them, because they don't have windows, and they're not have passengers moaning about how dirty they are. So that sort of became the train scene. The train yard in my mum's is now, they're building a station there. The train I sprayed was like a weed spraying train, but the main thing is it was white. I've been graffitiing for about 6 months. That was the thing to do a train. There was no train scene in Cambridge. So to wake up and look out of my bedroom window and like literally see this white train in my backyard, it was like, oh my word, got to do it. There were like people working in the yard that night, so we couldn't work with lights, so it was done by moonlight. It was the end of the 85. It was winter because the paint was freezing. Took a photo of it. I realised that part of it was like yellow and red one side and white and red the other, where it was so dark, you know, couldn't even notice. Like, my friend actually saw it running as well. I never saw it running, you know. He said people were getting out of their cars to see it. But I've done like other commissions and that, but to be honest, graffiti for me is a rebellious thing. As much as I get paid for it, for me it was like, you know, like finger up to this. You know, it's just like a rebellious youth thing. It's a young person sing, the Peckham lullaby. They call it the Bells of Brixton. I've got a war wound that I jumped off a bridge train years ago, and I had a metal plate in my leg, so that stopped my legal career, which is good in a way, because I'm too old to be running from the law. You have to calm down, don't you, son? You have to calm down, yeah? Like I say, it's a young man's thing.